Hey there, today I want to go over my first impressions of the On Cloudsstratus. This is the latest offering from the On Running company. And as you can see, it's a pretty interesting looking shoe. So let's go ahead and check this out. As I said, this is from On. That is a Swiss shoe company. It's been around for about a decade and they've been taking all the lessons that they learned over the years and keep improving. The On Cloudsstratus is actually a shoe that they built with a lot of innovation, and they took some popular features from their other model of shoes and added it in here. So first thing I want to point out is you can see that it has the normal layer of Cloudtec pockets, but then there's a second layer right up here, and that is to provide additional cushioning and support. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how those work when I actually do a test run with them. If you look right here, you can see that it is built with the Helion superfoam, which was first seen in the On Cloudswift shoes. Even though the On Running company advertises that the Helion superfoam is lightweight and very durable, and there's no doubt in my mind that it's durable, this has got to be the heaviest running shoe for road races or road running that I have gotten from On yet. Let me go ahead and whip out the scale for you to show you. Just lost the shoe down there. All right, these shoes, I'm gonna weigh them I'm just gonna weigh one. I wear a US men's size 10, and that comes in at 11.7 ounces or 11.8 ounces, 336 grams. Now, remember, they advertise that the Helion superfoam is supposed to be light. Here's the Cloudswift. That comes in at 304 grams or at 10.7 ounces. And again, they're the same size, US size men's. What I'm used to is the On Cloud. This is their base model shoe. And this guy comes in at 8.1 ounces, sometimes 8.2, but I've got 8.1 ounces for this guy. And then my favorite shoe, which I've retired. I really should have bought like a new pair, but I saw so many other On shoes out there. This is the Cloud Flyer from at least last year. Comes in at 9.4 ounces. So this shoe weighs about 2 ounces more than this guy, but this is supposed to provide more cushioning. However, I think the trade-off is going to be all that support and stability in there. Now, there's two features that were added to this from the Cloud Flyer, and that is the star lacing pattern. Let me walk around. I absolutely love the star lacing pattern. It helps make sure that my shoes are snug. And snug isn't exactly the right word, but it fits really good on my feet. And then the other one is they're using the metal eyelets. And if you notice, this side looks normal, like an O, but then they have it looking like an O from their logo right there. When we look at the bottom, you'll see that the first 4 layers of Cloudtec pockets are fused together. That's very different from how their other shoes are normally going. And I'm going to use the On Cloud as like the basis model right there. And that is supposed to provide more stability for people, especially if you're not a heel striker like I am. And it's very interesting that this shoe looks like it's built for people like me who land heel first. And I know you're not supposed to land heel first, but that's how the Army trained me to run for the longest time. So these pockets should in theory help me. And you will notice another feature, hopefully you can see it right there and it's not blurry, but it says there's a speed board in here. Now the speed board is something new to me. This is not something that I looked into much, but I learned about it late last year, was that On is adding these harder boards into each model of their shoe. It's very similar to the theory of how the Nike Vaporfly works. There's supposed to be a little bit more spring in there, but not every model of On running shoes is going to have a full speed board. Some are just going to be down here at the bottom, but it looks like that the Cloudstratus is going to run all the way through. One thing that I also want to add before I get into the breathability and everything is, in addition to the Helion superfoam that they use for here, if you see my other video for the Cloudswift, you'll notice that they have these flaps, and this is to help make the top of the shoe snug as well up against your foot. Well, the Cloudstratus does that too. Even though most of the shoes made by On have this area where you can like push the tongue down, there's a lot more flexibility in here with that. And this tongue is very nice and it's nice and thick. There's a lot of padding in there. Now I'm gonna have to turn the camera around to show you. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and get the insole out. This is something new. I could have sworn I saw this on a different model of On shoe a while ago, but you'll see that it's ribbed right here where your arch is, and that's to help grip and keep the foot with the shoe whenever you're running. And this is the only one that I actually currently own where it does that, because my Cloudswift and my On Cloud do not do that. Here you'll see, and you can see that it's really worn out. For my Cloudswift, they put additional support here for the insole, but I don't have the rib action going there. Now the upper is very breathable, and I will show you that by turning the camera around and letting the sun go through here, and you will be able to see how that looks, hopefully. As you can see, at the very top where my hand is covering it is actually 2 layers. And if you look inside, you will see that the light is coming through. So there's a lot of air and breathability going on right there. Now, shortly after this, I'm going to take these shoes out and I'm going to run with them. But before I do want to bring up the one issue that people have had recently with On's shoes. And that is something that I'm going to be paying attention to with the Cloudstratus. And that is, as you can see with the Cloudswift, I'm actually getting a lot of wear and tear, a lot more than I should, especially for a shoe that's only 3 months old. I have a huge hole forming right there and right here. And I think I have one down toward the bottom as well. Maybe it's in the other shoe. Oh yeah, there I have a huge one. And while I think these are cosmetic, it does detract from the overall enthusiasm that somebody would have for owning a pair like that. When I pay $100+ for shoes, I do expect them to last more than 3 months. I don't expect them to like pop a hole in there unless something major happens, and that just makes it look like that the material is really weak right there. Initially, this does not feel like it's going to do anything, which will be good, but I am going to have to do a 1-month follow-up and a 3-month follow-up to show you how these shoes are going to look. So if you have any questions about the On Cloudstratus, go ahead, let me know down below. Go ahead, subscribe for updates on On's shoes and where they're going, because I keep getting emails from them, so I'm like, I might as well talk about it. All right, so till next time, bye guys.